Guys, before today's video starts, please go down and subscribe. Alright guys, so today we'll be installing an oil pressure gauge. Now, you might be wondering, where am I going to put it with all that? And I have a gauge pot up there. Well, the line they gave me for the oil pressure gauge isn't very long, so I'm going to use the factory vent here. And obviously remove it. And I have an oil pressure gauge here. That's from AutoZone. It comes like this, basically just the bottom part right here is like, it comes down, it's square and it's flat and you can mount it to stuff like that. So what I did is I took out the little insert for your vents, your flaps to angle the air and whatnot. And we cut this to size so it fits right around the trim ring. And I'm going to put that right in the factory location and then reinstall this and then run my line to my oil pressure gauge on my motor. It's pretty simple. It costs $25 for the sensor and another $10 for the adapter for the oil pressure sensor, and that's about it. Now you can go the more expensive way and buy the pod setup so you can still use the air and stuff out of this and run the gauge through it, but I'm cheap and I don't plan on using the air that much or heat, since I have the heater core and everything in the car still, but I don't have it plumbed up to the water pump, so I don't have heat right now. I have no use for it right now. Obviously, we ain't going to race a car in snow. But if you also haven't checked out last video, this wheel feels great. It just, I couldn't believe I have not done this sooner. Alright guys, so it's been a little while. So as you can see, I wasn't able to put the whole face perfectly centered in there, but that's alright because now I'll still get a little bit of air through there, since I was basically going to plug it off the whole time. In my opinion, if it was you and you want to just wait and spend the extra $30, $40 on the little gauge pod vent that just, slide it in there and be done with it, that's on you, that's on you. I'm cheap and I'm using what I got now to get it done, to get it ready for when we go and test the car. So I'm just trying to get everything out of the way. That's why we did the steering wheel. I'm doing this. I got my momentary button for the wheel for the nitrous, since my window switch is not working yet, but I'm still going to wire it up just in case that we do end up being able to use it with the nitrous. Then I'll turn that button into a two-step button. But for the main part, this is how it is. I'll get back to you guys when I get it all inside the car and this is all glued in. I basically didn't use the insert. I just used the trim ring and this, and I just screwed it from the little plate onto here. I can't show you because it's kind of like on there still. It's still a little bit wet, but it's still drying and all that stuff, so I just used a little bit of glue. You can use probably 3M tape and just screw that little thing onto the outer ring and just cover it, and that's how it looks. Alright guys, so a lot later now since it's already dark outside. So I got my oil pressure, the gauge line fed in here. I'm gonna hook it up to the adapter that goes in the port where your oil pressure sensor is. In a few, I'm just waiting on it to come from AutoZone, so this video will probably go up a little late. But for the most part, the gauge is there. Have all this all situated, all back where it needs to be and whatnot. I got the two wires here for the light bulb that's in there. I'm going to wire it up to the dimmer, so when I turn my lights on, that light will come on. Get back to you guys tomorrow when I get the sensor adapter in, and then fire the motor up and see this thing work for the first time at least. And hopefully it does work and it does not leak or anything else. I put Teflon tape on it to make sure, but you know how things go. So I'll get back to you guys in a few. Alright, so it's the next day. This is the fitting that comes with the gauge. This is the adapter kit that you can get from AutoZone. I'll throw the part number up on the screen, or actually, you know what? There it is right there. From whatever you want to say that is. But the one you need is the M16 by 1.5 for the oil pressure hole in the back of the motor by behind the intake manifold. And this is the other fitting that comes with your gauge. This is the original fitting that comes with your gauge. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a small one where the hose goes into, or the line, and that screws into here, and this goes into the block with your crush washer. Make sure you put Teflon tape, and make sure you use that crush washer just to make sure nothing leaks or anything. But I'm going to get this all situated. The oil pressure sensor itself is back there somewhere. I think it's down there somewhere. It's not that hard to get to, but I can't show you guys in doing it, sadly. But you kind of get the gist if you've done that stuff before. So I'm going to get this screwed in, get that screwed in, put that together with some Teflon tape, and get my line ran down there, and then I'll tighten it up and fire up the motor and make sure we got oil pressure. So this could be a good or bad video, just saying. Let's find out. Alright guys, so I got it all finished up, got the battery hooked up and all that stuff. I don't know if you guys can see it back there. It's right there. zoom in on it. There it is. So there's your oil pressure sensor hole, and then there's the fitting, and then the clear line that runs up to the gauge. So it gives you a better idea on it. There you go. Yeah, I already ran the zoom this back out. I've already ran the line across the back. Obviously it's inside. So I'm gonna prime the motor, see if we get any oil pressure to this gauge, or we get, like, you know, a really bad day. I know most LS motors take like 30 seconds or so, you know, like to prime the oil pump or some shit for you to get oil pressure. But we're just gonna see what happens. Make sure some oil's coming through the line, and I'll get back to you guys in a few. All right, guys, so that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and put down in the comments if there's anything else you think I should do to the car to just an upgrade here and there, maybe something I forgot, maybe something I haven't thought of. You know, help always helps.